Hi, good morning, children, and welcome to Module 8 of Tempest, Act 4, Scene 1, and we are at page number 67, and we'll follow after lines number 91. We'll begin from lines number 92, where Iris, the messenger of God, is supposed to speak and give a reply to Ceres's inquiry last class, which I had taught you, whether Venus, the goddess of passion, and her son Cupid, the god of love, is there along with Juno or not. And if we recapitulate, we get to know that Ceres dislikes their company because she feels and she knows that Venus and her son Cupid have conspired along with Dis, dusky Dis, the dark god of the underworld, in order to kidnap her daughter, that is Proserpine, or let's just say the satellite moon, Proserpina, Dinah, and take her away to the underworld. So, as a reply, as a breather, Iris says that of her society be not afraid. Whose society? Whose companionship? Whose about whom does he refer to? That's my question to you. So, as an answer, he refers to the society, the company of Venus and her son, which Ceres dislikes. So, of her society, of Venus's society, you do not be afraid. You relax. Why? Because because he's a messenger of the god, so he knows. I have met her deity cutting the clouds. Now, even deity is goddess. So even Venus is a deity, right? I have met Venus, the deity, the goddess of passion and sex and romance and beauty. And she was cutting the clouds towards Paphos. She was speeding across the sky towards her birthplace. She was born in Cyprus. A place, Paphos, is in Cyprus island. Okay? And her dove drawn with, and have dove drawn with her. Okay, so what does she say? That I have seen her deity Venus cutting the clouds and flying towards Paphos, which is in an island called Cyprus, and her son Cupid, dove drawn. Cupid's chariot is driven by doves, which is a species of a pigeon, white in color with red beautiful eyes. And here thought they to have done some wanton charm. You were right, because they, both the mother and son, have actually expected and thought of doing some wanton charm, thought of creating some kind of a spell to incite Miranda and Ferdinand to lust and sex. So their wanton is extravagant, outrageous. Okay, very powerful, overflowing charm upon this man, Ferdinand, and the maid, because both of them had taken a vow that they'll never go to bed together until the wedding rites have been performed, right? If you remember, we allude to the previous part of the scene. Whose vows, that is, the vows of Ferdinand and Miranda, the man and the maid, are that no bed rite shall be made. They will not make any bed rite. They will not go to the bed together as husband and wife until Hymen's torch, allusion to the god of marriage, Hymen, until the torch, because in Hindu mythology you have the torch, you have the fire around which the bride and the groom go around taking 7 vows for the good married life. So here also you have a torch. So fire is important, fire is sacred to all religion. So they had vowed, they'd taken a vow that no wedding rite shall be paid until Hymen's torch be lighted, until the god of marriage's torch, holy torch, is lighted. That is to say, until the marriage is consummated, but in vain. But it was all useless. For whom? For them. Who's them? Venus and her son. Why? Because they have thought of creating some spell. Mars's hot minion. Mars. Venus is supposed to be the lustful darling of Mars. Venus is supposed to be the lustful darling of Mars. Mars is supposed to be the god of war. He fell in, it was an extramarital affair between Mars and Venus, and as a result, Cupid came out. Cupid was born as an illegitimate son. So Cupid is supposed to be the god of lust, which is why he's blind. So Mars's hot minion, Mars's hot darling partner is returned again, has returned, that is Venus, she has returned back to Cyprus again. and her waspish-headed son, and her spiteful-headed son, her wicked-headed son, wicked-minded son, has broken all his arrows. Because if you see the diagram, if you see the drawing in the Greek mythology, Cupid is supposed to, as a small little boy with feathers who flies, and he's blind, and he has a bow and an arrow, and he shoots anybody he likes. That's why people say love is blind. So he has broken his arrows because he couldn't affect Ferdinand and Miranda, and he swore that he will shoot no more arrows. Then what will he do? What will he do? He swore that he will not shoot any more arrows, but he will play with sparrows and be a boy right out. A waspish-headed son, a wicked-headed human being will always remain wicked. One's a thief, always a thief. It's like that. One's a diabetic, always a diabetic. So if he's broken his arrow and he's decided not to shoot at other innocent lovers, then he's decided to play with sparrows like a little boy plays with little birds. But here the word sparrow is associated with Venus. And it is an emblem, it is a symbol of lechery, extreme sexual passion, desperation, vulgarity. So he'll play with sparrows now and be a boy right out. And he'll be a simple boy. So it's an irony, you know. Children, you can have a laugh. He's a simple boy, he says, but he'll play with sparrows. He'll play with lechery and vulgarity. So that's where the dialogue ends and we end too, because there are time constraints. Revise it, come up with doubts, and good luck and be safe. Follow the guidelines and keep revising, and please write articles. Okay, children? See you tomorrow with Module 9. See ya.